Hello, I'm Reverend Kathy Itzin, and I want to welcome you on behalf of Robbinsdale Parkway, the United Church of Christ, this wonderful community, online and in person, to this week's segment of Grace, Generosity, and Gratitude. 3 qualities that are so important. Today I want to talk about families because that is a focus of so many of our lives right now in this holiday season, and it is a time of difficulty, a lot of difficulty, many times. I was at a family funeral once, and it turned into a terrible situation where people were hurt and said things that they didn't mean, and they were taken in the way that the other person hadn't meant it to be taken, and then they say things back. And I was talking to another pastor about this, and they said, Kathy, these things always happen at funerals. And it was like, oh, light bulb. Because people's emotions are so high, and because it's an important event to them, and so they want it to be perfect. And so when it's not perfect, it's 20 times bigger than what it actually would have been at another time. And I think this is true also with holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, families are together that are not always together. Things are said or not said or said in the wrong way. And it's so easy to let those become a huge issue. It could be that it is something that has been bothering someone for a long time, and this is the opportunity to bring it up. But it may not be the best time because the emotions are high and there's a lot of other people around. And then it's easy to respond to the words that are spoken as opposed to what the underlying issue really is. What is that person saying? It's not necessarily what they're saying in their words that are spoken right now as to what's the underlying hurt that is coming from. And if we're able to take a breath, this is much easier said than done. And maybe it's not able to be done until later. But if we're able to take a breath and look at that, like, okay, they said this to me, but I think it's because they don't feel like I'm treating them as important as I'm treating this person. Or because they're really hurt by something that happened a while ago. And so instead of responding to this contentious phrase or this challenging statement, if I can do that, it would be so much more helpful to respond to this person's feeling hurt or left out or not as loved as someone else, or perhaps that I don't think they are as important. And if I can just say something speaking to that woundedness, that would be so much greater than on a surface level responding to that conversation. It's hard though, and things are always ramped up in the holidays. And Jesus' family was just as difficult as anyone else's family. Absolutely. There is, in Matthew, this list of genealogies, and there also is another list, I don't remember which gospel, but they list several different people in there who, if we know the history behind them, these are not easy people. These are people who had major issues in their lives. If you go back and look in the Bible, it's like, boy, some really messed up folks with messed up situations, and that's Jesus's lineage. And it's ours too. And it's our own lives. And so if we can respond with kindness, if we can look at the bigger picture and think, how do I want to be in relationship with this person? Not in this 5 minutes where everybody's upset with each other, but as their aunt, as their mom, as their daughter, as their sister. I want to continue to be a loving person, even if this happened at a bad moment on a difficult day. I don't want to react out of that. I want to react out of the person in relationship that I want it to be. I want to be loving. I want to be gracious. I want to be kind. And if I can keep that, that helps. Leonard Cohen's anthem had the great line, "Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." So this is the opportunity for us, when hard things happen, to look at what is this opportunity offered here? Is this person feeling hurt that I could respond to in a loving manner and kind of heal that hurt? Is this a situation where I need to apologize for something that happened a long time ago? And maybe it wasn't even my fault, but they think it was my fault, and it would be healing for them to hear it, and really doesn't do anything bad to me. How can I live large? How can I love large? How can I heal the world and myself by being kinder? by being grateful, by being appreciative. Let's do that this holiday season. Amen.